Imagine a world full of fearless warriors and legendary heroes. And imagine once a wild Norse warrior, a terrifying raider, a ruthless enemy. A pagan who smiles in the face of death. Most likely, Ragnar Lodbrok comes to mind. He was the nightmare of England and France, the father of the great pagan army, and the lover of at least 3 extraordinary women. Ragnar's adventures seem like they are straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, claiming descent from the Viking god Odin. He fought giant serpents, led armies into battle, conquered a great part of Scandinavia, and undoubtedly terrorized the people of the British Isles. Ragnar Lodbrok's story begins with a journey to Norway to avenge the death of his uncle, a common situation during the Viking era when he fought against the self-proclaimed King Fro. According to the legend, King Fro was not beloved by women, and all women flocked to Ragnar's camp. Among them was a shield maiden named Lagertha. She had fought alongside Ragnar and was said to have the courage and rage of a man. After the battle, when Ragnar and his men emerged victorious, Ragnar declared that he won the battle thanks to Lagertha's strength. Every man in Ragnar's army wanted to marry Lagertha, and so did Ragnar. Initially uninterested, Lagertha placed a bear and a hound outside her camp as guards to ward off unwanted suitors. However, Ragnar, always pursuing his goals and desires, impressed Lagertha by killing the bear with a spear and strangling the hound. Since Vikings were impressed by courage and strength, this was enough for him to win Lagertha's heart, and she agreed to marry Ragnar. They were famous for raiding and plundering coastal towns in England and its surroundings each spring. When ocean waves were suitable for sailing, Ragnar and his forces set sail to foreign shores, raiding monasteries and churches and stealing all their riches. Ragnar was not just an ordinary pirate, like other Vikings before him, but also a powerful sea king who could initiate attacks on the seas on his own and conquer lands independently. He managed to get fertile farmland from foreign kings in exchange for promises not to raid in the future. Thus, he was the first Viking ruler to establish settlements on foreign shores. However, over time, Ragnar separated from Lagertha to marry Thora, the daughter of the Earl of Gotland. According to Icelandic Viking sagas, Thora had a small snake that transformed into a large dragon. Jarl Harald declared that anyone who could kill the dragon could marry Thor. These absurd challenges were part of the Viking culture and lifestyle. Ragnar accepted the challenge and wore pants treated with tar and sand to protect his legs from the dragon's venom. Armed with a spear, Ragnar approached the dragon and, despite the dragon spitting venom, the venom could not penetrate Ragnar's pants. He thrust his spear into the dragon and cut off its head. Because of this event, Ragnar got the name Lodbrok, which means hairy breeches. They married, and Ragnar continued to raid foreign shores, amassing wealth and fame. Ragnar spent most of his life suppressing rebellions in new lands or looting. There were always traitors waiting to fight when the leader was away, which was a Viking lifestyle. When Ragnar faced a civil war in Denmark and sought help from his former wife and famous warrior and earl, Lagertha, despite their divorce, Lagertha came to Ragnar's aid with about 100 ships filled with skilled warriors. Lagertha surrounded Ragnar's enemy and attacked them from behind, annihilating them. This was the second time Lagertha contributed to Ragnar's victory. Shortly after, Ragnar's wife Thora died, plunging him into depression. He was constantly disturbed and showed signs of distress. He turned his mind to more wars and raids to find relief. According to legend, he became a war lover. He wanted to show the world that they were better than the strongest warriors of other nations. Ragnar's eyes turned to England again. He wanted the gods to recognize him for spilling blood for them. He killed King Haim of Northumbria in battle and plundered different parts of his kingdom. Consequently, King El, who was eager to avenge his father's death at the hands of Ragnar, was impatient to capture Ragnar. In another adventure of Ragnar, his men saw a woman bathing near a waterfall. They were immensely enchanted by her beauty. They claimed her name was Aslaug and that she was the secret daughter of the famous hero Sigurd. Upon hearing this, Ragnar summoned her, but to test her wit, he asked her to come neither dressed nor undressed, neither hungry nor full. neither alone nor in company. Aslaug cleverly fulfilled these conditions by wrapping herself in a fishnet, eating an onion, and bringing her dog along. Ragnar was impressed by her intelligence and beauty, and decided to marry her. Aslaug and Ragnar had many children, and their sons continued their father's legacy of heroism and fame. Ragnar's sons included renowned Viking warriors like Ivar the Boneless, Bjorn Ironside, Sigurd Snake in the Eye, and Up. They also shared their father's passion for adventure and conquest, and created their own legends as some of the most famous chieftains and royal members of the Viking era. However, all these victories and conquests led to an ambition that brought Ragnar's end. On one campaign, Ragnar set sail to the seas towards Northumbria, but this time, despite years of success, he was caught in a storm and his ship was wrecked on the shores of England. He was captured by King Ella and taken prisoner. King Ella decided to punish Ragnar by throwing him into a pit full of snakes. Even facing this cruel death, Ragnar uttered legendary words fearlessly, "I am excited to see how strong my lion cubs are." His death prompted his sons to embark on a campaign to England to avenge him, according to legend. This revenge not only avenged Ragnar's death but also started a chain of events that led to the Vikings conquering a large part of England. The story of Ragnar Lodbrok is a symbol of Scandinavian mythology and Viking culture, and his adventures continue to be passed down through generations and even find life in modern media, such as television series and books. This story has immortalized an era celebrated for courage, strength, and adventure, and its legendary figures. Ragnar's story is a perfect example of the Vikings' complex legacy. As both ruthless warriors and explorers and settlers, his life and legend continue to fascinate many people today and hold an important place in understanding Viking culture.